There we go. Hello, 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 and we are back. I apologise for the interrupt, but obviously sorting Bubba out and making sure that she's alright comes first. Again, no cam because it's just a chill stream. Most of the streams at the moment will be chill streams, probably no cam until I can maybe figure out a setup that works with the camera, because otherwise it's really far away and it just doesn't quite work out, which is unfortunate, but hey. There we go. Let me just make sure, have I got any excess programs that don't need to be open? I don't need the Twitch client open. Not updating Java right now. Gyazo you can close. Steam, I don't know why you're open. Let's face it, I don't need the webcam software open. There we go, so hopefully that will free up some CPU, not that that's really a major problem. Of course the creeper's still there, it doesn't burn. Two blocks or 3 blocks of damage, it's not really a big problem. Let us continue with the diggage. So when we left off I was just gathering some, I'd just crafted, I'd harvested enough to make 8 stacks of concrete, because this is going to represent steel. No, wifey didn't message me. No, she's still waiting to hear, as far as I'm aware anyway, about being done. You know, about being discharged, because they were unsure. So maybe they might be doing the operation. I don't know. They're being the treatment went from being insanely good on the first day to sort of generic hospital treatment of not being told anything and not being seen and being kept pretty much in the dark. You know, the first day, you know, she went in by ambulance and within an hour and a half she had a bed, had a cannula put in, had bloods taken, had the results from said blood tests in, which in hospital terms is pretty darn impressive to get blood results and blood taken and get a room in an hour and a half. That is honestly quite impressive, and I give them props for that. But they've sort of gone, you know, it's kind of like going on a bouncy castle, doing a bounce, and then just as you're about to land for the second bounce, somebody turns off the compressor and you just sort of slowly flump. Doesn't actually necessarily mean anything. In all honesty, there's been times when people have been taken by amber lamps. Yes, I said amber lamps. It's just what I say. It's a silly thing I do. And I realise I've forgotten something that I wanted to bring up. Yeah, it doesn't actually mean anything. I've gone in by ambulance before, and the bloods took 5 hours to be done, and it wasn't a busy. The ward I was on had. Why am I going in here? Had 2 people on, and the rest of the hospital was pretty darn quiet because one of the nurses had come in and was just chatting with me, just because, you know, she didn't really have much to do. I can't remember, that was ages ago, but it still took them 5 hours to do a simple blood test because I only had 1 vial taken. I think wifey had a few. Thing is, they knew what was going on because she'd been into the hospital for it before. It's just that the pain was too severe. So it's not like they didn't know what was going on. They knew exactly that it was her gallbladder. Oh my lord. There we go. But no, Bub's down. At least she may not necessarily be asleep, but she's resting. That's the main thing. Lies. She was not. So what I want to do is actually remove this. Because well, the pain was in her, wherever the sort of like her back and her sort of like, not stomach, but where the gallbladder is. and the pain in the back they'd said was normal because it's deferred pain, because the pain's so intense that the nerves there start to get numb, so the body sends it to the next nearest nerve, and sort of right the other side of the body from where the gallbladder is sort of your back, so it just makes it just defers the pain to there. But you know, hopefully things will be sorted soon. At least the ball is rolling on things. That's all I can ask for, and the fact that she's doing all right, she's not in pain at the moment because the pain meds and the controlled diet is what's important. And as long as she's well, I don't really care. They could be the most incompetent hospital in the world. If she's okay, that's all that matters. Right, so these are 15, aren't they? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So that should be the center block, am I right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 8th block is the center one because 15, duh. My brain was failing to maths. So what's half of 15? Or rather, what's the middle of 15? So if I do that, and the same on this one, I've got to figure out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm thinking every 1, 2, if I do a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking that'll be good decoration. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jeepers! Oh! Thank you, Coffee, for the 9-month resub.
Hey!
Oh, we have a Twitch baby. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. How are you doing, Coffee? Hopefully all is well. Perfect. Putting 3s fits perfectly, so I don't need to worry about it too much. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Not fully awake yet. Ah, I know that feeling. I had that this morning. Bubba got me up and I was just sat there and she was crying and I just couldn't get myself to get up, and I was trying so hard to get myself to get up, and so I managed to sort of pull myself off of the sofa because I'm sleeping upstairs at the moment, just so that because Wifey's got my phone because I had a load of data because I've got like a piggy bank contract, so the data builds up, so Wifey could use the internet and watch a load of Netflix and stuff while she's there without having to buy a load of data or anything. So to make sure that I'd get any messages, I was sat up here with my computer so that I could get the messages, and then I slept on the sofa. And very nice. But yeah, I sort of pulled myself over, sort of felt around, sort of like patting her face, and she sort of settled a bit. And then I found the dummy, the goggy, and sort of just like gently put it in her mouth and pulled the blanket back up over her, so that she sort of holds it in, because it's sort of she loves to be swaddled, so that her arms are down by her side, her legs she basically likes to be mummified, and she likes it so that the blanket comes up and sits just under her nose and holds the goggy in, so that it doesn't fall out. It's like the only way she will sleep. It's very rare to get her to sleep any other way. And so this, I did that, and she just sort of zonked, and I got another 3 hours sleep. I was like, I'm not getting up. That took, wow. So I had 4 stacks of concrete swapped, and to do that it took 3 stacks and 20. So that's what, 64, 128, 172, is it? 64, 128, 196. No. Yeah, 64, 128, 172. Yeah, I was right the first time. 172 plus 20, 192. So what I'm gonna do is, firstly I'm gonna go and sleep. Oh dear. Now get your coffee. That'll perk you up, or whatever it is you use to wake up. Ice shower, I don't particularly know. Diving in a frozen lake. Whatever it is. See, now that I need to go to the bed, I've gone all the way up to the top. Let's quickly open up another instance of Minecraft. The stream might... Just waiting for it to circulate. Fair enough. Hold a cam, play. Yes, start anyway. Okay, so server stream might lag for a little second, because obviously the initial startup of Minecraft is a bit taxing. Come on, game. I love it. High CPU usage detected, and it's at like 58%. That's it. That's not that high. For 2 instances of Minecraft, game capture, would it be that? Oh, darn it! It switches which one it is on the list every time. Reason I'm adding this is I'm gonna see how that looks. I love that this llama is still here. He walked all the way up here, got all the way from there up here, and then along here. I like that. That looks quite like a sort of iron strut, a steel strut or something. It's holding it in, bearing in mind that, so that would have the block there. So the way I'm going to add to that, let me just pull the main account over, and then I'll come to where that section is. It's like Minecraft within Minecraft. Some surface gravel right there that I could have got. I remember on season 1 of Mr. Craft, I found that huge, ridiculously huge Extreme Hills that had it just sort of like, it was just a whole Extreme Hills that was surface. Right, I'm just going to do it down this end and we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I quite like the depth that adds. What are your thoughts on that? Should I maybe put stair blocks on those? Let's have a look. So if I go and grab some stair blocks, rather craft some stair blocks. So it's the end one, isn't it? Wrong one. I need to get back up because I can't really place it from down here. So 1, 2, 3. Three. 1, 2, 3. I believe I've done that one. Yeah, I have, because I can look at that. Haha, this is where it comes in useful. So let's have a look. Yeah, I like that. I think that works. So I'm going to leave this instance of Minecraft open, but I'm going to turn that off. Let me just go back to that. So all of those first ones are done. Let me turn the sounds off on the other instance of Minecraft, because we're getting like a double layered sound of the block placing. There we go. Whilst wifey's been in hospital, that I have watched so much anime, it's ridiculous. Because I can't watch any of the, like we've been watching Jonathan Creek together. Obviously, Game of Thrones, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Big Bang Theory. But I'm not going to watch any new episodes without her. So I have to watch things that are, and I'm all caught up with YouTube now, because I've watched a lot of YouTube in the past few days. So that's why I've been streaming a bit more, because I've decided, you know what, screw it. I know Bubba's asleep and she might wake up. If she wakes up, either I will settle her on stream and she'll go back down, or like earlier, I will just have to simply say, right, I'm going to be right back for an hour or so. I'll resume the stream later, and that's how it's going to have to be. So the concrete, the grey concrete is representing steel in this build. That's basically the whole point of it throughout this entire thing. Putting the stairs on would be easier before I thingy it. Oh, that one didn't. That one was a slab. Creating separate profiles, folders for your cam account, that way you can have separate settings saved. I didn't think about that, in all honesty. I just clicked to load. I probably should make a profile for the cam account. It's a nice idea, thank you. And then that's quite nice, because on each end, it's really nice that the maths of this is added up so nicely that I can fit this in as well as I can. Ah, it didn't use 192, did it? It used 190. Because I've got those two there. So the bridge between these sections is what, 190 divided by 2 is 95, isn't it? Yeah. Can I just, yeah, just do that. It's the easier way to do it. Let's deposit the gunk. When you mentioned the sound thing, because that's something that always bothered me. Yeah. If you're curious as to why I'm putting this layer of slabs even though you won't see it, it's to stop the light, any sort of light leaking glitches under the bridges. Because obviously I'm going to need to light the inside of the bridge to prevent mobs spawning in it, because it will, spawnable spaces inside the bridge will equate to spawnable spaces on top of the bridge, because the way spawning works is if there is a spawnable block, it will scan in a radius around it for somewhere to place the mob. So it isn't a case of, oh, that block is spawnable, the mob will spawn on that block. It's like, so that's why you sometimes it's why it's a good idea to fill in creeper holes rather than just like skimming over the top of them, or if you skim over the top of them, put a torch underneath. I could just carpet the inside, I could, but I'm thinking of using it for like a walkway or something, like a pedestrian walkway. The interior, because the top is where the biodomes are going to go, and that's not exactly going to be safe as footway. Because obviously the bridge is quite thick, because that's the top of the bridge there, so there's plenty of space in here to make like a footway. We did reset for 1.14, yes, because the previous world we'd sort of just spread out a bit far, unfortunately, and a lot of people weren't really making content on the server anymore, and we just, for example, firstly FCD left us, and Kaiseri and FCD were co-oping a base, so it'd be a bit harsh on Kai to say, right, this super mega project that you guys were doing, you've got to do it solo now. Not to mention that FCD is, that Kai and FCD both admit they bit off more than they could chew. It was an insanely big project, and it burnt them out doing it, and I don't blame them for that. The same with mine. I burnt out massively. And part of the problem as well with mine is I didn't like what I'd built. I liked the overground stuff, but it was the the twisted pillar of glass underneath. I didn't like how it turned out. I didn't like it. I should have just done it as monochrome as green. I shouldn't have bothered with the purple, and that was my mistake. Giant trees are difficult. Bye, buddy. Right, so let's have a peek at how that looks now that it's sorted. Let's have a look at it from further away. Sort of from where it would be viewed. Yeah, I like that. Because it's supposed the detailing will be on the arches and that underneath. That's where I'm going to put the detailing. Exactly, and it's just a pain when that happens, isn't it? You sort of look at it and you're like, you know what? I kind of ballsed it up. It's just the way it goes. It can't be helped. Sometimes it's a winner, sometimes it's a well shucks sort of thing. So when is it? It's here and then there, isn't it? It's like that. Yeah, because it's... and then that has that there. Yeah, that's an easy way of doing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get some torches and start lighting this up, because otherwise I'm going to face a serious problem. Oh, I didn't mean to drop down there, but oh well. I need to kill Enderman, really. I need to try and find... every time I see an Enderman, I need to kill him. Because I need to attack him with my axe, and then attack him with my sword. Once I've done a fair bit of damage to him. So let's go and get some torches. Let's just grab all of those. How much stone have I got up here? Sweet, absolute nothing. So that's a yikes. I should probably sleep. Slippity slippin'. The most I did on Zombiecraft was the city. That was the one I did the most on. And the way I did that is I did it bit by bit. I started projects here and there. You know, I did little bits and it broke down into smaller tasks. The Hall of Heroes as well, I did a fair bit on that. And that was, again, broken down into smaller tasks. I tried to do it as one major mega thing and I just didn't like it, didn't I? I don't know if you remember me removing it with creative, because it was a case of I'd built a load of it out of obsidian and I basically went, you know what, I would rather lose the materials and break it with commands and in creative than have to break it down manually. And I lost a lot of materials because obviously the Hall of Heroes was big. Are you alright there, Bubba? You lost Goggy. There we go. And she's back asleep. So, I want to... No! I forgot there was another one. But once I turned the Hall of Heroes into multiple smaller projects, I got it done. Also helped that people were donating resources. That took a lot of the time out of it. It's one of the good things about Zombiecraft. Everyone's sort of just like, yeah, you know what, here, take it. I remember the city Zafira just was giving me lapis by the bucket load at the end. For the roofs of the city. Oh! Never has a rubber band been more useful. Darn it. I think I should just look up. What's happening in what's Say Lordy building? Then what's he doing that's so... I say he, I can't remember. It's been so long and I don't really remember the person Say Lordy, so I don't know I think they joined after I'd sort of basically stopped. I just... Yeah. Mob farm. Ah, alright. If I stand on this edge and just put the torches here where they're meant to be. Every time. Should I just call this? Should I just rename the stream Falling Simulator? I forgot to update the title of the stream, didn't I? Phantom Bot. Back at building the bridge. Update. Knew I'd forgotten to do something when prepping for the resuming of the stream. See, this is where I wonder actually. Is it gonna... It doesn't work at all, does it? Is that because of the snow? There we go. I need to click done, not escape. Because it's just checking light levels. It should, by all standards, work. No! Oh well. So I've just got to go down the middle because that's the only place there's... So that side will be all done. Options, resource packs. Let's just remove that. Done. That's a nice little difference that they've made, is it? The so I've got to run along here now and do the same. Server lag. There we go, so I can't do this side yet because it doesn't exist. Ooh. The Stonecutter's a nice addition as well for making blocks more efficient in terms of getting what you like the resources you put in out of it. This is one long bridge. So those holes are to mark out where the central pillars will go. There's 2, so there's a total of 4 arches. 3 arches. Yeah, 3. I can do maths. Because 1 arch, pillar. 2 arch, pillar. 3 arch. And I need to get rid of the bit of mountain that's beneath this as well, because that's in the way. A singular bit of stone left. That's nice. Really excited for season 3 of Stranger Things as well. That's coming out soon, isn't it? Oh, it's July, isn't it? I think it's the 4th of July, isn't it? That it's airing, this first episode of that season, because it's the whole theme is that it's set in the 4th of July, so it's a nice touch of realism to it. It's like, hey, it's airing at the time of year when it's set, and I know a lot of things do that, like Doctor Who with Christmas specials. A lot of TV shows tend to gravitate specials to that time of year. Simpsons has always done it. But a couple of times they've done like Christmas specials in like July, I think, as Simpsons, but that's just because Simpsons, you know, why not? They've done so many, they need to sort of break it up and make it a bit fresh now and again. Because I definitely want to inlay these walls here, and I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the inside. That is wifey messaging me, so I'm just going to check that. Is she being discharged? Right, I've got about... Facebook, why are you dinging me constantly? It's 2 messages and I've already got them. Right, so I'm going to go see wifey. Mum's going to be picking me up in half an hour. So I'm going to finish off this segment here. And then I'm probably going to head out because I'm going to have to just gather some bits together and sort myself and Bubba out. Bubba's only just gone down to sleep, so... Oh well, she'll be fine, she'll sleep in the car. We made good progress today. There'll be the first recap video, which is going to be a bit of a different one. What I did is, because I couldn't stream the opening night, because it was just too late, it was 3 in the morning, I was not in a state to stream, I recorded it instead, just as a local recording. And what I'm going to do is, I've done a recording segment touring the house and sort of showing off the main area. I think I did that before I did the layout for this thing. It might have been after I did the layout for this. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is... Mouse, do you want to respond? I think it's running low on power, which means that... Right. I have to sort that out. Where's the Xbox controller? Plug that in there. And plug that in there. Shh, 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 shh. Right, there we go, so that's that responding. I don't think, will 2 stacks be enough? Yeah. Whew. Getting swarmed out here. Because I'll get the segments, the concrete segment done, and I'll probably finish it off. Sorry that it's been such a sort of janky in and out stream, but you know, we'll see. You know, it happens. That's how it happens, unfortunately. You know, life is a constant intermediary in things. That's just the way things roll. So we're going to do the smart thing this time, and before I put the second layer, so I don't have to like hyper focus my aim. Just so that I've got a way back up, I'm going to leave that like that. I think I can get away with that, yeah. Because all I need to do is that. If I've got less than a stack left, I'm not going to have enough to do the top layer. Ooh. I'm not going to have enough to do the top layer anyway. That's just like, I will tell you that now. Free of charge. I mean, I've got enough concrete powder, I just don't have enough on me right now, like pre-swapped. I know a stone cutter would be more efficient, but guess what? I don't have a stone cutter. Not here anyway. So 1, 2, 3, there, and there. 1, 2, 3, there. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to put all these on. 1, 2, 3. There. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I've miscounted somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's definitely prior to that. 1, 2, 3. There was the problem. There we go. Because what that does as well is it makes the iron bar texture a bit more prominent, because as you can see it basically it adds an extra third onto the size of it roughly. I've got enough time to do this and get the thing up. What's it? The word. Everybody's heard about the word. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. I'm going to quickly drop down and swap this over, get this done, and then that'll do it, because another stack will be enough. So I was like, 8 stacks, yeah, that's plenty, that's more than enough. I'll probably have like 4 stacks left over. I only needed 4 stacks. No, I've needed 7 of the 8 stacks, but that's because I've done 2 lines more than I was expecting to. But this has added some depth and shape to it, so it's more than worth it. Sorry, I just had a slight cough there. There you go, so let's quickly jump up, put these in, and then I'm going to call it there. Might, emphasis on might, stream this evening. I will make no promises. I said last night that I would stream again last night, but FCD was streaming and I didn't want to sort of cut across his stream. Whilst he's no longer on Mr. Craft, he is still a friend, and you know, he's still, I said Mr. Craft, why is no longer a member of Mr. SMP? You know, he would always be welcome back if he was to hop in. There we go, see, I've got 28 left, so I needed 6.5 stacks. I'll get, because I've got a couple of minutes, because I wanted to finish by 22, so I've got 20 minutes to sort of just sort everything out, which I've got. There's that. There we go. No! At least I landed somewhere I didn't have to climb the whole way back up, so that's something at least. There we go. Right, thank you for watching, guys. As I said, we'll try to stream this evening as well if I can. No promises. Gonna do a quick last minute pass over with this account. Turn that on, sort of see how that's looking. Really pleased with how that's looking as a whole. Oh, just sunk into the house. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how that looks. And that it's not overly distracting. The bridge isn't meant to be the main feature. There's going to be detailings on it. I'm probably going to have some pipes being sort of going along and then wrapping around and sort of going along underneath it, leading over to here and then snaking around this building with other big pipes coming up. Fluid vats sort of over here or something, maybe a couple of fluid vats here, as though they're fueling the rift, because there's going to be a giant sort of portal thing here. Really excited to see where things go with it. And I've got the pillars to do, but I think I won't stream this evening. I won't. I'm going to say that now, because one, I've got things to do around the house, and two, I want to do some resource gathering. I need to gather myself a whole heaping heckload of stone. So that's going to be one thing that I want to get. And yeah, I shall see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Corfy for the resub. I do apologise for the janky streaming method at the moment. Got an hour in, you know, so a couple of individual hour streams. It could be worse. Anyway, ta-ra. Also, Mystic SMP, as you can see, is sponsored by Builders Refuge. Huge thank you to Mike, the owner of Builders Refuge, for sponsoring us and for maintaining the server. If you want to go to that, the IP is mc.buildersrefuge.com. Fantastic server for doing creative builds on. They've got Wild Idea, Voxel Sniper, and it runs it perfectly.